Over the years, we've been through a lot together. We've fixed some games, played some consoles, unboxed some really stupid shit. We've come a long way. Absolutely come a long way. We've lived through times of triumph and times of trouble. We've gone through a pandemic, hopefully soon to come out on the other side a little bit better than we were before. Time will tell. But today, ladies and gentlemen, today we may have purchased the stupidest in the history of this channel. Let's get started. So today we are back once again in the Dungeon of Doom, Fallout Shelter, whatever you want to call it, for another and perhaps our most glorious ever unboxing video. Yes, today we have a package from our friends at Atari. Yes, it's here. The one you've all been waiting for. I won't go into the history on this. If you're watching this video, you already know. I'm going to try to split this up into a few different parts. We'll probably just do the unboxing of it today and do a separate video with setting it up, gameplay, and that, and thoughts on it and everything. I'll try to split it up into a couple of different videos so you're not sitting here forever watching the same thing. So why don't we grab our trusty knife and start opening. First of all, I'm going to say there were some complaints. People were saying that they were boxed terribly, that they received them, they were half open and that. The only thing I noticed was the invoice was hanging out of the bottom. There's a little dent in there. Other than that, it seems to be packaged relatively well. I don't know. We'll see once we get inside of it. Well, I guess they tried. They did put some airbags in there. So let's take all this stuff out of the box and then we'll go over what I got here. So what we got, I did not get the collector's edition because frankly, I didn't think it was worth whatever the extra amount of money it was for a stupid piece of fake wood grain or real wood veneer, whatever it ended up being. I don't care about any of this stuff. It's fine. I'm not disparaging those who thought, that's great. And hey, if that's your thing, go for it. I don't need no stinking certificate or anything saying that I was one of the first people to buy. I was one of the first people to buy. I bought this thing, pledged on it on day one. But it doesn't matter. So anyway, we have the Onyx edition here, and then the classic controller and the modern controller. So why don't we go ahead and unbox the console first, and then we'll open up the controllers. I don't know why that's taped like that. It doesn't open on that end. Slide the plastic off. First impressions. This is very heavy. I mean, I did not expect it to be heavy. The box itself is a much higher quality than I thought it was going to be. I heard some early reports about the box was just garbage, but it seems like about the equivalent of any other console manufacturer of that, so no complaints there. Sealed on each side, so we will break the seal. I do like the Atari logo on the other side. Sorry. Let's go ahead and just leave it up like that. Slide that out. I mean, this isn't rock solid or anything. It's just paperboard, but it's no different than like the slip covers that they have on like the PlayStation, or I guess, I don't know. Does Xbox even have one? I don't think they do, but like PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, it's just paper, but it's fine. This is the actual box itself. I do like the graphics on it. It's a very nice touch. And there's a console. I do notice a pretty strong plastic smell. I think some people mentioned that on other unboxing videos and that. I'm gonna give it the smell test. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's not disgusting or overpowering, but it's definitely there. So inside the box, you have the console in a tray. Pull a tray out, and power cord, external power brick, and HDMI cable. I believe this is, I think somebody said this is a 1.4, but I don't know. I'll have to look that up. So we get rid of the box. And this thing, it's pretty weighty. It's got a good solid feel to it. I mean, weight doesn't always equal quality or anything, and we'll probably find that out, but I will definitely try to keep an open mind on this. It looks pretty good. I hope there's a little plastic thing covering this, because there's an awful lot of marks and scratches on it, but I would assume there is. Plastic thing to peel. But yeah, I don't have a scale down here, but I can maybe weigh this thing later and tell you exactly. The whole package was 7 pounds, but I'm a little surprised. I thought it would feel a lot cheaper. It's interesting because the original design, they said, was going to be, they had pre-runs of these that were glossy black, and everybody thought that that didn't look very good, and they said no, the final pieces were going to be matte, and it is, but it's interesting because in the grooves it's glossy, and the wider parts on the top are definitely matte black, so it's not bad. It looks pretty good. Visually, it looks good. We'll see how it plays, but visually, it looks pretty good. So why don't we move on to we'll do the wireless controller next. This one apparently wasn't taped closed, but that's okay. Cut this open. It's nice, it's sealed on both sides, but let's see. Oh, jeez. This one's kind of tight. There we go. Okay, so got that open. We'll open up, if we can find the front of it, open the box up. People have been saying these are very tight to open, and they're not wrong. A quick start guide there. Again, matching the regular box, the Asteroids artwork on the top, foam padding, and you get the controller itself, which is kind of cheap, plasticky. Yeah, it feels like a generic Xbox One, Xbox 360 controller. It's not horrible. We'll have, oh boy, I don't like the D-pad at all. I really don't like that. The analog sticks are fine. Buttons feel fine. Triggers and that feel fine. This D-pad though, I don't know. It might be okay. It's just, I don't know. So, and then inside the box, USB micro controller that plugs in here. Wow, that's deep in there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's like a good ½ inch into the plastic. It works, I mean, but okay. So that's okay. I'm not gonna fuss too much about it. It's pretty much what was to be expected for it. And then this is what a lot of people seem to be the most excited for until they probably use it and the hand cramps come back and all those memories come flooding back from junior high and high school and so on and so forth. But we'll see. Boy. All right, same design on here. There's nothing that differentiates the two boxes from each other. They use the same box apparently for both, which is fine. It's a little different insert, it looks like. And then inside, once again, have the USB. So let's go ahead and check the stick itself out. This feels really light. It's kind of flimsy. It almost feels like the stick. I mean, it's fine. It's kind of clicky, which is okay. I'm fine with that. I actually kind of like clicky controllers, but it just seems like there's like way a lot of play on it. I don't know if the camera is going to catch this at all, but like you barely shake it and the whole stick just kind of vibrates. It's just like really, really loose. I mean, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you probably don't want it super tight or anything. You want, you know, quick reaction and everything, but I just wonder how sturdy it is. This thing, it feels super, super light. So why don't we see if we can, okay, so the rings do come on when it turns on, and it flashes up here to try to connect. And does turn. The light follows the joystick. It's kind of neat. Doesn't do anything with the paddle function. I don't know if this... See, I'm not sure. I'm going to reserve judgment. I'll reserve judgment on it until I actually have it hooked up to the system and I try some games on it. So I am going to go ahead and plug this all in and see if I can get the update running. I'm not going to film that because apparently it takes hours and I don't want to even time lapse. I don't care. If you wanted to see that, I'm sure you've already seen it. There's plenty of other videos out there. But we'll come back and once everything's set up, we'll get it all set up, turn it on, try downloading some things, see what gameplay is like, see how well it runs, and then go from there. So as always, if you have any questions or want to leave any kind of comments, go ahead and leave them down below. I always appreciate it. I try to answer any questions, or any comments. I try to answer as much as I can. I can't always get to them, but I do definitely read every single one of them, and I try to answer the ones that I can. So if I don't get back to you, I apologize. But if you ever want to see any kind of content or that, or if you have any questions for me, leave it below. Feel free to like this video if you're so inclined. If you don't like it, dislike it. Won't take it personally. Or if you want me to take it personally, put it in the comments. That's fine with me too. And as always, I really appreciate you watching. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you on the next one.